Hi, this is Shannah, and this is another pick a card reading today on the subject artists and creatives. What's next on your path? And you see here we have three piles at a disposal. We have pile number 1, peace, pile number 2, remembrance, and pile number 3, winter's end. So pick your pile. You can pause the video if you like, and I will see you in a couple of moments. So if you chose pile number 1 with this card here, peace, dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts, number 26. We put it here to the side and we'll come back to it later. Let's see. So we're starting with the tarot cards and then we're going to the oracle cards. We have the 7 of Cups, the pouch. We have number 14, art. This is usually the temperance card. We have the 10 of swords, ruin. Don't be afraid, we'll get into it, okay? And then we have the 2 of swords, peace. So if you chose pile number 1, the good news is, we're starting with the good news here, is you have a lot of talent and you have many different talents. That's what we have here, the 7 of Cups. You have many different talents and the problem is to choose one. And it can be you get distracted very easily and that you are failing or you have failed in the past to reconcile or to mix all these talents into one coherent direction, right? Or you do a bit of one of these talents one day and then another bit on another day. But this is making it difficult for you to go in one direction in a focused and consequent way because your energy gets spread out, it's diluted, you know, it's like starting to become really thin and it's very difficult for you to get all your focus, all your power, all your time and creativity on just one project. You love many things. You are very creative. You have your mind is being constantly bombarded. I know it sounds dramatic, but being constantly bombarded with creative ideas. Sometimes you don't even have time to write them down or you don't have the possibility, but is a lot going on in your mind. The thing is, this can be really good because you're very creative. You're a very fast creator as well. You're someone who's also able to to make things happen, to manifest, to make them real. You know, to bring them down to the matter, to the 3D. And you're also very impulsive. You're very, very creative on the moment. You know, like. And you need time for that, but you also need more discipline, was this I'm getting here. I don't like the word discipline very much, but it's like to putting yourself on a time schedule or a time frame to do things because you have the tendency to scatter your energy. The other thing that is here, and this is now more important for you, is like you can, and this is something you'll try now in the future, in the near future, maybe you already do this, you'll really try to bring all these talents together. Because the thing is, you cannot decide, then we have here the 2 of swords. For you, it's very difficult to decide in which way to go or for how can you decide for a talent. So what you're looking for right now is really to find a platform or a medium where you can include all of your talents so that all your different talents are serving the same goal and you can use them all and you don't have to make that difficult choice for you, because I think that choice would even It would be so painful for you. It's like cutting off a limb if you don't have to, or if you feel forbidden, so to say, from following or pursuing one of your talents. This choice is it's a killjoy for you. It's just really makes you very unhappy. But you have to find a way. And I usually also don't like to say things like you have to, but in your case, I would say so, really. Like, find a way of combining your different talents in order to bring them to the public. Because one thing that I see here was very important is you have to bring your talents to the world. You have to make them public. You have to show them to the world. And it's not only that the universe is calling you to do it, and it's really a calling. And actually, it's like you feel like it's your mission to do it. But then we come to the 10 of Swords, and this is what's the dramatic. You've been blessed with many talents. You have this urge to do it. You want to work on it. You're trying different venues, platforms. You're trying to get this idea, this project in order to include all of this, just like I said. But there is something here that really brings you down. And it's time and time again. And something that really keeps you from getting your projects off the ground. And this is, this could be also addiction. So some of you be careful if you're dealing with the addictive stuff. But it is also, what I see here is your self-confidence, it's your self-confidence. It has been destroyed. I'm very dramatic quite with my choice of words, but has been put down in the sense of maybe like when you were younger, or when you started showing like your talents and sharing it with other people. Maybe you were put down, or maybe the way you look was made fun of, something that really hurt you. And I'm getting here at a very young age as well. And you actually afraid of putting yourself out there, putting your projects out there, of really showing your talent, of really showing yourself. Yeah. And there's some fear, there's a lot of fear here. And then what you find always is like a compromise. And it's not bad to find this compromise. Like you can find a venue where you can share your talents, and, in a careful way at first. And it's okay. And I think this is what you'll do. You will find this platform, this way of showing yourself. But what I'm telling you is this is something you have to choose. You have to make the choice. You'll have to make a choice. Either you never show your talent and do it as a hobby just for yourself, or you really put your talent out there. It's come to a point where not doing what you love just hurts too much. Not being who you really are just hurts too much. And you have the talent. Actually, like I said, you have many talents, but you are sabotaging yourself the whole time. You're putting yourself down the whole time. It's like, you know that you're good. You even know that you're good, but you're so afraid that other people will criticize you, make fun of you, ridicule you, or not like what you do. Because, like I said, you've already had similar experiences in the past that really kind of destroyed you, right? And you're so afraid of living this again, of living through this again, of re-experiencing this again, that you choose to hide, right? But there's a choice that has to be made, because it's this critical point in your life. Is really a critical point. You are like at a crossroads. This is really a crossroads right now. Are you the creative person that you are? Do you really want to be the artist that you are or not? And your soul is crying for doing it. It's really like, I am, but you still forbid yourself a bit, right? And I think this is now starting to transform. And I think that also here with the Temperance card is also getting the right way of doing things, getting your own way and discovering your own path, and also discovering your own value, and that other people really value what you do. And of course, naysayers and critics, you always have them, right? But this kind of thing of critique really hurts you on a very deep level. But the Temperance card is also a card of healing, right? And you are this artist, and it's time for you to show yourself and to jump over your own shadow, to take a leap of faith. And this is where you're still at, making this decision. I have another deck here. Let's see. Because this is making a decision. And let's see what the deck says about it. Let's get a card. This is also another version of the Crowley Tarot deck. This is also a version of the Crowley Tarot deck, this one. The Princess of Cups. Yeah, you're going to decide to move ahead. You know, because it's the Princess of Cups. The Princess of Cups is like the Page of Cups. And this is this starting something new, being in love with your project, being in love with your ideas, being full of passion. And this is all about healing. And as it says, we have the turtle here. So the turtle is very slow moving, but steady. And I said, it's okay if you go slow, you know. And for me, the lotus flower is also like a very healing symbol. So go slow, go your own rhythm, but don't stop, do it. Find that platform, find that way of showing yourself, going step by step in a way that you do what you love without hurting yourself or exposing yourself in a negative way. Then you have the Four of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, because, you know, you are tired of hiding. You're tired that nothing's happening. You have so much within you. You have so much creativity and talent within you, and it's not coming out. So, and the problem with this is also altogether, and also with the Seven of Cups, is that you tend to procrastinate a lot. And as we know at the moment, procrastination is also a form of fear, you know, and so you are afraid, so you tend to procrastinate. You tend to you know, kill time, so to say, with watching, I don't know, series, binging, doing other things, even probably your taxes, so you don't have to do your art. But it's inside of you, and it's bubbling inside of you and wants to come out, right? It's really ready to be shared with the world. Even if you think you're not ready, even if you think you're not good enough, the thing is you are. And you're more ready than you think. You're just killing it. I know I'm very dramatic with this pile right now. I'm so sorry, but you are smothering it, you know. But don't worry, your art, your creativity won't never ever die, because it's who you are. But it hurts you if you're not who you really are, if you don't show it. And this is the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is all about fighting for your chance and protecting what you love. And, you know, you think you're protecting what you love in the sense of, you know, not doing and hiding it from the world. But all this passion has to come out. All this passion has to be shared with the world. And don't worry, nothing bad will happen to you. And then we have the Prince of Cups. And this is the Knight of Cups in normal tarot. So it's time. It's time. It's time to heal. Here we have the snake as well, a symbol of healing. So it's time to heal and come out into the world. And I think through your art and creativity, you'll be even able to travel a lot. And then we have the Nine of Cups. Wow. Wow. So the Nine of Cups is like, do what makes you happy. You were born to do this. And then we have the Ten of Cups. This is you. And then we have the Fool, take the risk. Ten of Cups, happiness, family, living the life of your dreams, having harmony and balance. This is what you've probably been craving for, and being recognized, having an audience that loves you. Yes. And then you have the Fool, taking the risk. Then you have the Eight of Wands, movement forward. And if you don't do it, you have then the Seven of Pentacles. Otherwise, it starts dying at the roots. That's why you need art again. See? It's all together. You have to bring this cycle of worry, of protecting yourself, of just being, or just daydreaming the whole time, because that's the Seven of Cups as well. You live it in your mind, but you have to bring it out, because daydreaming is not enough anymore. And it is time. It is time that it comes out. You have so much to give. Wow. Wow. So let's see what the other cards say. We have then answering the call. The time is now. There you go. It's your calling. Wise leader, you are a beacon for others. And transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. So what can I say more? The thing is, we may be worried about money, but I think like in your case, you're probably more worried about how it's going to come across. Are people going to like it? But you have to answer this call. And I really love this card because you see here, if we close the door, we just see these scary trees here, and you think it's a haunted forest, or it's cold and has many wolves, hungry wolves, and you'll die there kind of thing. But the moment you open the door, you answer the call and you open the doors, it's a beautiful forest with a path and you have a deer. So it's not as scary as it seemed at first. And this is what this card is trying to tell you. You're hearing this call inside of you and you're so afraid of getting hurt or not being accepted or not being able to make a living out of it. But the moment you open the door and you start walking your path, things unfold a lot more in a lot more beautiful way than you were expecting. And it will be so worth it. You have so much to win. And the thing is also the work you do not only will bring you joy, not only will open up the path to where you always wanted to be, right? Because you have a vision, you know exactly what kind of life you should be living. I'm getting like some of you even know what kind of house, how your studio would look like, or your atelier, or you know exactly how it would look like. You know exactly what kind of events. You kind of see it with your inner eye, and that's where you should be. And not only it will take you there, this path, but you also inspire other people. You also inspire other people to follow their path, to be authentic, to believe in themselves, and to overcome their fears. So it's like you are the torch bearer here in this case. And the torch bearer is the first one to be there. So you have to go through all the ordeals and challenges. And not only you make it, you help other people to face the same challenges afterwards, just by being an example, just by living your life and doing what you love. It's really, really beautiful. And then we have the transformation. And this is the transformation you're going through. You're coming from a phase of feeling small, being afraid, to a more self-assertive, self-confident way of living. And, and you become a risk taker and you have more joy in your life. You're free, right? This is the phoenix. The phoenix rises from the ashes. So whatever happened to you in the past, don't let it destroy you, because you can rise from the ashes, you can rise from the hurt of the past and show the world your beautiful colors. And this will lead you to a brand new life, a new way of living. This is so amazing. Yeah. Let's see what the other cards are. So the Age of Light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. And then break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. There you go, the transformation. Wow. So the thing is, if you think you're not ready, you are. This is something you've been working towards for lifetimes. You've been working through this healing. I think for some of you, the wounds you carry or these fears or anxieties you have towards showing your creative work, your creative side, may even come from other lifetimes, right? Where in other times being different or being extravagant or being a visionary pioneer or being colorful, right? Could it be even a death sentence? But you've been healing this for many, many lives now. Whatever happened to you in the past, and now you're ready. And now it's like the last exam or the last test where you show the universe your beautiful work, your beautiful colors, your beautiful soul. And this here is also, for some of you, might make much sense because it could be that you have this ancestral karma or ancestral trauma. It can be that you're not showing yourself. It has to do with your family. Like, for instance, your parents weren't allowed to be artists, so you decide not to be as well out of loyalty to your parents, for instance, or you feel you're not allowed to be who you are, or it's a feeling of not having permission. You're not giving yourself permission to be this really creative soul that you are. But by giving yourself permission, by jumping over your shadow and having that leap of faith, then you are breaking this ancestral chain. You are healing your family. Like all this chain of ancestors will be healed, full of light, because it's like, oh, it is possible. All of a sudden, it's like it's in your DNA. It is possible, and this is who we are. And this has a lot to do with this card, because dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts, because this is all in your mind. Because here with the 10 of Swords, these are all thoughts in your mind that are hurting you, destroying you. But a friend of mine, he reads the 10 of Swords like the drama queen, right? Because, sorry, it just got cut off. But as I was saying, this friend of mine reads the 10 of Swords as the drama queen because there's this tendency of overreacting, right? And even if you are overreacting, anxiety and fear, they can really take a hold on you. And these feelings are to be taken seriously because they influence your life. But the good news, again, is you are deciding, yes, to make this transformation, to really dissolve these unwanted and disturbing thoughts. And we have here this wonderful outcome, the Prince of Cups. And you will be able to show yourself to the world, to give your gift of your talent to the world, to share it with the world, and it will be successful. You will find an audience, you will find a public that will cherish what you have to do, that will understand, and that will feel blessed by your work. So healing will take place and success is coming your way, as well as we saw earlier. So pile number 1, this was your reading. So I hope it made sense to you. I hope it resonates and inspires you. And if you'd like a private reading, my contact is in the description box below, as well as the link to my Instagram account. So I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 2 with remembrance, this is your reading. We have here resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. Okay, so we put it here to the side. There you go. And we're starting with the tarot cards, and then we're having the oracle cards. So we have the Three of Cups, abundance. We have the Ace of Swords, the Two of Cups, love. And we have the Empress. So if you've been wondering if you have talent, yes, you do. A lot of it. You're bursting with talent. You're very, very creative. We have here the Three and the Two of Cups, and also the Empress. Now, the thing is, the best thing for you is really to work with other people. And the good news is you're going to meet someone that you're going to partner with, or maybe you already know this person, and this will be very fruitful. Or maybe you are in a group of people, or even an ensemble if you're an actor. If you're not in one yet, you will be soon, because you'll be finding this person or this group of people, and it will be like a feeling of being home. It's a feeling of belonging, a feeling of being important and being appreciated for who you are. Now, for some of you, you also may be getting married and having children as well, because with all these cards here. And maybe you're going to meet your partner, and your partner is also someone who's very, very creative, and you're going to start a family together. And but nevertheless, you may dedicate then your time to your family, but you want to be creative again. And with the Ace of Swords is it's really telling you finding that way, you're finding that clarity of what can be done. So I don't see here you interrupting your creativity because of family. You're going to find a way of doing your creative work despite having a family. For you, it will be something that's integrated or part of and not completely separate, And another thing that I see here is like you used to have a very sociable life, a social life. You're very active, lots of people, an immense network. And you're like hopping from party to party, if I'm allowed to exaggerate here. But for some of you, it won't even be exaggerated. And the thing is, you had a very lively party life, a very lively social life, and a fantastic network. So you're always on the go. You're always like meeting people, talking to people, and your life was very full of movement. There was always things happening, right? And you're always getting invited as well to happenings and to events and parties and so on. But now then something happened, and unfortunately we all know what happened. And for instance, here we have the plane. So traveling and moving freely was now constrained. We cannot travel as often or as freely as we'd like to. And this changed your life completely. And with the Ace of Swords as well, what I see here is really finding new ways of being creative, new platforms, new technologies as well. This kind of forced you to start new things. Yeah. To start seeing your possibilities differently. If you haven't yet and you've been frustrated, well, this is the opportunity, and I think someone will help you. So, and we see them here with this computer. So there's a lot more online There's a lot more. It's all these other platforms and venues that we have now in order to share your talent and share your craft with other people. And you're going to get help from someone who either has exactly the same talent, but if not, is someone who can help you, has other talents, but very interested in art. But together you can work on a project or yeah, it's a project. I see a project where you work together and you film it, you put it online, and there are many ways. I see filming it, and talking. I see a lot of talking to a camera. I don't know exactly what you're going to do, but there's a lot of filming it, putting online, searching other venues, being even more original, because this is also the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is very original, and it has these breakthroughs and this lightning ideas, right? And this will bring you success, because the Empress is also the card of success and will allow you to have a very comfortable life, also working from home. That's what you get here, and will allow you to have a more domestic kind of life, but being creative and abundant. These ideas, this partnership with this person will bring you a lot of money, because you two working together, or if it's a group of people, it doesn't matter, but you working together is will be very enriching, and it will be like a brainstorming of creativity, and it will propel you further and into new horizons where you weren't thinking before, where you couldn't see it happening before. And the thing is, you probably are now here in this situation, like before this all happened, it was better. I would probably be doing this and meeting these people, and maybe I could have done this and going to this casting or show, or or being showing my work in this gallery. It's a bit of nostalgic of what used to be. But the thing is, times changed. I don't know if they're coming back or not, but that's now not the question. The question is, how are you adapting to what is? And what is gives you now opportunities to rediscover and reinvent yourself in ways you weren't expecting, but will be very, very rewarding. So what I get from these cards is trust the process. Trust it. And then we have first light, beginning a new cycle. There you go. And then we have uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Again. Then we have vast vistas. Expand your horizons. Perfectly said. I couldn't say it better. I really couldn't. Because exactly what I meant. Beautiful. The thing is, you are in a new cycle already. Not really starting it. You're already in it. Now is the question, are you adapting to it? And you will, because I see here with these cards a lot of positive energy, because I have the feeling, those who are watching pile 2, that you're very upbeat and you love doing stuff. You don't have to be motivated. You don't have to be pushed. Like in German, they say you don't have to be forced to towards your own luck. You don't have to be pushed towards your own luck. But you someone who's very proactive. You love your talents. You love art. You love what you do. So this will make it really easy for you to find these people that support your vision, or you find someone else's vision to be fantastic and you will join them, and to start something completely new that it'll be this uncovered treasure. At first you probably you don't consider it to be anything special, but then you see how much it gives you, it offers you, in order to develop your own creativity, in order to expand your talents. And speaking of expansion, then we have the vast vistas. It's really broaden your horizons. You were used to do things, or you were expecting to do things in a certain way, to follow like a certain script, a certain way of going about your business. But now everything changed, and now new horizons are presenting themselves, and then it's now time to get out of the box like he's doing and discover this brand new world, because this new reality, it has more possibilities and more chances than we are now inclined to believe. Okay, because I think you're still hoping that things will come back to normal. If they, like I said, if they are or not, I don't know. But the thing is now. What is now? And now is quite important, because now is offering you a wealth of opportunities. Now, then we have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. And then we have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Now, this has here a couple of different messages. The thing is the transformation. This goes along everything that we've been talking about, is really adapting to what is, because things are really changing completely, right? And you are changing with them. You're adapting. You're becoming one with this new reality. And this is your challenge right now, but it's a challenge that I think for those who chose pile 2 is very pleasant. So it won't be that hard. You know, it only be hard if you cling on to the past too much. But this is also a decision you can make, you know, to treasure the past, but be in the present. With the boundaries card, I find it really interesting, because where do you need to establish boundaries? The thing is, for those who have families or having a baby, or, you know, starting a family, this is where you have to set your boundaries, especially if you want to continue creative work. It's like you can be a mother or a father, but you need then time for yourself, or time for your art as well, you know, to take yourself seriously, to take your creativity seriously as well. And another thing that I get from this card as well, I know, like with our present situation, that artists are suffering a lot. You know, we cannot, there are no concerts, or very little concerts, or very few concerts. And people are not really going out as much, or visiting galleries or art as much as they used to. So the arts, or they don't go to the theater as much. So the arts are really suffering under this situation. What I get from this is like, out of need, don't get involved with just anything. You know, you have to be very clear to yourself what you wouldn't like to do. You know, what is the limit? What is the boundary? That's like, I'm not going to cross that line. I don't want to do that. That's not me. And it's also like inner boundaries, is because this is going to be more online, like we saw earlier. And of course, like anyone then can criticize your work, you know, either positively or negatively. And of course, negative criticism can be really, really horrible, and can be really hurtful, depending on your emotional makeup, right? Try and not let it get to you, in the sense of, you know, either you don't read the comments, for instance, but of course we always get curious and read them, but don't try to find a way of not taking them personally, because, you know, you can have negative criticism, but it's constructive in the way that, hey, I didn't like this because you didn't do this and this, or I didn't find you were prepared, or whatever. That helps you, you know, getting better. But unfortunately, nowadays, much of the negative criticism you read on YouTube comments, and I'm not complaining about my channel, because my people are very lovely, I have to say. It's amazing. They're very, very nice. But I've read comments in other channels be it music, be it whatever. And sometimes people just say such horrible things, and you have people sometimes are just frustrated and angry at life, and because internet provides a certain amount of anonymity. Did I say this right? I hope so. And that they think they can let out anything they want, but they end up hurting people badly. And this is one kind of boundary that, like, if you understand why people do things, maybe you don't get hurt that easily. This is what I'm trying to say. I hope it makes sense, you know. But is this kind of boundaries? Is like, where is the line of things you want to do or not to do, participate or not participate, or even have that boundary with your family saying, okay, I'm here, but I need time and space for myself, or like having boundaries, inner boundaries to criticism of other people. Okay, this is quite important for you, but the main message here is really treasure the past, but don't cling on to it too much, because the future for you, it's bombastic, is really, really positive, and you're going to find people with whom you can really work with, and you're already starting this new cycle, a very successful and unexpected cycle. Okay, pile number 2, this was your reading. I hope it makes sense. I hope it resonates and also inspires you. If you like a private reading, my contact is in the description box below. Also, the link to my Instagram account. So I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 3, Winter's End, number 16, Regeneration, Rebirth, Positive Outcome. So we already have here positive outcome. What do you want more? Beautiful. So we're starting with the tarot cards, and then we're going to the oracle. So what's next on your path? We have the 5 of Wands, the number 20, the Aeon. This is usually the Judgment card. Then we have the 2 of Pentacles, change. And the 9 of Pentacles, gain. Wow, this is very, very positive. Okay, so what we have here, we're starting with the Strife card, the 5 of Wands. And there's a lot of strife right now around you and within you. The question is, you're kind of fighting yourself. Let's start with yourself first. You're kind of fighting yourself because there's this need of surviving, of course, having money. And also the question of, am I good enough to do this? Will it be worth it? Am I being just crazy? And, you know, maybe I should have become a bank clerk like my auntie or a grandmother wanted, and, you know, have a safe life and a predictable life and with enough money in my account at the end of the month. But no, I decided to be an artist. The thing is, yes, you are crazy, and that's fantastic. That's what you should be. That's really your soul, and it's beautiful. Yes, you are different. Yes, you see the world in a different way, and it will always be like that. Even if you were a bank clerk, you'd be drawing on your notice book, or you'd be humming songs, or you'd be making jokes and entertaining people, because you are the artist. Really, you are an artist. So there's nothing you can do about it. You can either follow your path or not, right? But that doesn't make you not an artist. You are an artist, either you're expressing it or not. And that's what I want you to know. This is very important for you who chose pile number 3. I want you to know you are an artist, whatever you do in life. This is your makeup. This is who you are. You know, in your heart of hearts, you are an artist. It's your core. What you do with it is up to you. But this core, no one can take away from you, even if you're a bank clerk or you're washing the floor of some company. It doesn't matter. You are an artist. And one thing that scares you at the moment as well, now you're going to your surroundings, is there's a lot of competition. And the situation we're in right now, and this is being recorded, it makes everything a bit more difficult, because even if you think, oh, I'll go and put it online, now because the venues, the artistic venues are so limited at the time, that everyone is online, and everyone is fighting for attention, and of course also financial recognition and so on. And you find that it's very difficult to get noticed, to be noticed, and you're starting to think if it's all worth it, right? For some of you, it can even be colleagues, artistic colleagues, that are, like being a competition, a direct competition, or making your life difficult. And I just noticed I have so much space over here where I'm cramping everything over here. There you go. And this telling you who you really are comes from here, from this card, the Judgment. It's like rediscovering yourself. And you are a fighter by nature. You're someone who doesn't give up easily, even if you're sabotaging yourself, or even if your surroundings or your situation, your outer situation is not so positive. You don't give up easily. You know what you want, you know what you need to do, and you find ways of pushing through. And that's what I see here, really, especially with this face, is finding ways of pushing through, of winning. It is very important for you. And you will find, so what I get here is like, some of you will suddenly remember a project, or remember a song, remember something that you were working on, but in order to survive, in order to earn money, you put it aside, or you didn't think about it for a long time. And you remembering this, and you start working on it again, and this is, I'm seeing like writing, and seeing a lot of writing, but doesn't mean necessarily that it's just writing, like you just write, that you're a writer. It could be that you're writing your song, that you're writing your material as a stand-up, that but I see a lot of writing, you're remembering things that maybe you were working on like a long time ago, and now you are working on them. And this will give you so much energy. You'll be so full of passion, and you'll have this feeling in your gut that is right. That's exactly what you needed to do. With the Two of Pentacles here, is like you're juggling. Then this has two messages always. The Two of Pentacles is, of course, is a two, and it's a pentacle, so it's two messages. Is the thing is, the first one is two jobs, and for some of you even more than two jobs, but it's like juggling jobs. It's one job, it will help you pay the bills, and the other one is then working on your talents and doing what you love, right? But this will keep you balanced for a while, until you have your breakthrough, because here with the Nine of Pentacles, this is having the breakthrough and financial success. So what I see for number 3 is really rediscovering your talent, or rediscovering something you were working on, a project, some idea. You put it in a drawer, and you're rediscovering it, or just rediscovering who you are, right? And this dark time, because it's winter's end, is rebirth, and we have the judgment card. The judgment card is the rebirth card. Is practically the how is it called? The Phoenix card, exactly. So you've been having like a trying time. You've been trying so hard to make money, to make ends meet, and to push forward, and to be better than other people. But suddenly clicks, everything clicks, and it feels like everything, what seemed to be falling apart and be just chaos, then you just see it from other perspective, and you see it how it's falling in place. And suddenly it makes sense. Suddenly you just know that it's almost like drawing by numbers. It's like painting by numbers. You know exactly what to do when, and it starts clicking. But this was the two of Pentacles. So some work is required. There is work. There is this discipline that is required. You have that passion, you have that vision, and then you start working towards that vision with a lot of discipline. But what I like about the Two of Pentacles is not only discipline, but also in a playful way. You have fun doing it because you know that you're going to get reward at the end of the game, right? And here the reward is really being independent, being financially independent, being financially successful. And to be financially successful as an artist, because you have an audience, because you have the approval of the audience, and because critics and general audience, they love what you do. This is so great. I wish this was my pile. It's so cool. Really, you're doing it in the right way. If you have been wondering, if you have been doubting your path, don't worry, the answer will come really soon, and with the right inspiration. It's like a gift from God, practically. You just have this insight, this inspiration, and you start working. Beautiful, and you'll have success. It's really, really amazing. Let's see what the other cards say. Then we have view from above, get the big picture. Miracles, expect the wondrous to emerge. Wow, and that's exactly here with the judgment. Wow. Then we have fellow travelers, support is all around you. Yeah. And this, wow, this, let's see if I can put it in other words. So here, this is what I meant. You've been seeing things like you couldn't see the forest because of the trees. You've been just too much concentrated or focused on the details, on these little things of life and chores and bills to pay and people getting on your nerves or whatever. But that's what I meant, like this pivotal moment where you notice that the real nature of reality, if I may put it that way, the real nature of your reality, where you're at in the grander scheme of your life. Ah, that sounds nice. And it's that moment where you realize why everything's falling into place. You get the big picture. And that feels like a miracle. Because, like I said, and it's so easy from that moment onward. It's just, it feels easy. It feels straightforward. It's like your path is being lit up for you. And you just have to go. You just have to walk it. And the other good news for you is you'll get support. Support is all around you. It's like you're not alone, because you're coming from this mentality here where people are against you, where making your life hard, and why is everyone so difficult? Why is everything so frustrating? But this is when things turn around, and things will turn around. And I think by Christmas even. Yeah, I don't know why. I just getting Christmas. And you start seeing that actually you have people that believe in you. You're surrounded by people that want to work with you, work for you, and also then support your work, like paying for it, and you're going to get help. Whatever you need, whatever you thought you wouldn't get it, you're going to get it. And you're going to be successful again. So we have get grounded, empath, highly sensitives, connect with nature, council of light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Wow. So again, you are not alone. No matter what you believe, you are not alone. You just have to relax, get grounded. By get grounded, sometimes, this is one of these sentences where our answer would be, yeah, that's nice, but how? Well, the how is more simple than we think. Is for instance, breathing. Breathe into your belly and relax, and feel when you expire, when you expire, don't expire, please. When you exhale, sorry. When you exhale, sorry for that. When you exhale, feel the body relax, every muscle relax. This is a way of getting grounded. And also feel the floor, feel the ground, touch a tree. If you are living in a climate where you can walk barefoot, walk barefoot. Be in touch with nature, or do your dishes. You're in touch with water. This grounds you as well. So simple things, doesn't have to be complicated, but try to breathe into your body, like into your belly, and just relax when you exhale. Okay. And the Council of Light, you are being supported. So it's like you're getting a second chance. You are getting support from the universe. You're being reborn. Like I said, these ideas that you had, they're not gone. This project that you were working on in the past is not gone. If you want it, you can bring it back and move forward with it, because the outcome will be very, very positive and financially rewarding. So pile number 3, this was your reading. So I hope it makes sense. I hope it inspires you, and I hope it helps you. So if you like a private reading, my contact is in the description box below, as well as the link to my Instagram account. So you have a wonderful time full of love.